this point I think there'll be more weld on that gate than there is what's left of the gate. That's the same one I've welded up. That'll be the third or fourth time I've welded it up now. Bloody flimsy things, them gates. Should just buy or make a decent one, shouldn't I? Stop moaning. So yeah, I've been working on getting this pig shed ready for some new pigs. We've been taking each gate off in sequence and washing the pig muck off it and just oiling it up really. So I've done these two. That one I've just done and put back in. But yeah, it's in hindsight, every time I wash these off and I see the rust getting worse and worse, I think it'd be better if you had if I'd have made a steel frame gate with some of that recycled plastic sheeting on, and ideally you want it going all the way to the bottom and then underneath. I mean, I tried to make these so that they were close to the floor because I didn't want them. Pigs are notorious for getting their noses under gates and lifting them off the hinges. So I didn't want them getting under it, and I didn't want them up pushing out really. So they're quite close to the floor, but you can never get them, very tight to the floor if you want them to swing. So I don't know what the answer is. I think some of that plastic stuff. But you probably need perhaps some more steel to fasten it to, because it's not going to be as sturdy as using metal plate, I wouldn't have thought. But anyway, so I've just washed the last gate off. You probably can't see it. It's hanging up, drying on the forks of the loader, so that'll get oiled and put back in tomorrow, and then we're ready to go. Hoping to go to a pig sale. Which is, I thought it was soon actually. I don't think it's for another, is it next Friday? Today's Wednesday and I don't think it's this Friday, I think it's next Friday, the pig sale I want to go to, so go and have a look and maybe just try a different breed. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these, they're just quite expensive to buy. As a 6-week-old piglet, I think they're about 70 quid now, or they might even be more. Which I don't think is an unfair price. Having bred pigs myself, I know how much bloody work and how much food goes into maintaining a sow through pregnancy and trying to get them, either feeding a boar or trying to AI them. There's a lot of costs. So I don't think it's really an unfair price. It's just I wouldn't mind trying a different breed, and looking at the pig market reports, they seem to be selling a lot cheaper than what I'm buying these. So, but pig markets are so rare now. There's quite often a lot of places that do them, only do them once a month. And so sometimes if you just miss it, like last one I bought these two, I had a look when I was sort of stupidly, I got everything ready. Because ideally I want to get, as soon as I've got two gone, I want two back in as soon as possible. So I spent a week or two getting mucked out and all the gates washed and oiled. And before I went and had a look what pig sales were about, and by the time I'd looked, it was like the day before the sale, so I would have had to have waited another whole month, which I wasn't really prepared to do. So we'll try and get to this one and have a look anyway. So right, we'll go down to the car shed now and have a look, show you what we've been doing down there. Oh yeah, these boxes are what's left of packaging from the pork we've just had back. We got it back from the butcher's. God, wherever I stand, I'm not in the light. Just got the pork back from the butcher's yesterday. So I got everything bar the bacon. So there's quite a few boxes of sausage and joints. And in hindsight, I should have done more sausage. And I say this every time. If you probably look back at my videos, I've probably said the same thing before. I always get joints back thinking, oh, it's cheaper, save the butchery costs, and then you end up with them. I still got some from the previous pigs in my freezer, and yet, you know, if you ever offer pork to people, the first thing you say is, "I'll have some sausages." Yeah. So yeah, next time everything's gonna be sausage. So yeah, this lot seem to have settled down. They seem happy enough in here anyway. They're still eating. So this lot are not very happy about having a smaller pen. Unfortunately, it's going to be for another week or two yet, because the sale for those two black and white ones isn't for another 2 weeks. Time just seems to be moving a bit slow at the moment. Don't know why. These are happier in their bigger pen. Just gave him a bale of straw today. So yeah, the other day we got, I think in my last video, we got the muck taken out of these pens. And then the other night, that must have been, when was it? Must have been on the weekend. Me and my sister got them all washed. That must be Sunday night. Yeah, we got the pressure washer on and just washed everything off. Mainly the wall. The wall's dirty and ringing. By the time you've washed all these hurdles and washed the wall, the floor's sort of loose anyway, so it just rinses off. And then we found that there was a couple, I can't remember which ones now, a couple of these flags where it driven with the JCB had sunk. There must have been moisture getting in under the flags from when the calves were here. So we just lifted, I think 3 of these flags we lifted, and stuck a bit of gravel underneath just to level them off a bit. Just to stop the calves tripping over really. You won't want them to trip and fall, make it clean. So yeah. Right, well, I'm going to go make a start on my evening chicken jobs now. Tomorrow, hopefully, Mum and Mark will come and really want to have a look at that JCB. It's rattling its head off, and it's just starting to drive me a little bit up the wall. So I don't know whether I filmed any of it, but me and Dan had a look 2 weekends ago. We jacked up the engine on a winch, take the weight off it, and we took 2 of the bolts out. We couldn't from just taking 2 out, we couldn't get enough movement in it to be able to get any washers in. But what we did find is one of the engine mount bolts was completely loose, and there was a couple of the exhaust bolts that were a little bit loose, so we tightened everything up and thought, well, we'll see what it's like. And at first it seemed like it was better, it wasn't rattling as bad, but a week or so later it's rattling as much as ever, so it's just driving me up the wall. All it needs, I think, is 2 or 3 mil of lift on one side of the engine, and it'll stop it rattling completely. Nothing major. So keep watching the video. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have another go and see if we can get all 4 bolts out, maybe, unless Mark talks me out of it, which is probably quite likely. So yeah, anyway, I'll go and get on with my egg jobs, and then hopefully pick up again tomorrow. yeah, we're just clearing up the debris from the 2 or 3 nights of windy weather we've had. These trees, I mean, a lot of them have fallen down, but they've been flapping around like mad. We've had like, yeah, two evenings or afternoons of like 50-mile-an-hour winds, supposedly. And yeah, there's just this floor is littered in needles and branches. So I thought I'd just get my blower out. It's quite satisfying. There's no other justification for it, really. I mean, unless someone's paying you to do it, there's no reason why anyone should be blowing leaves, is there? Except for maybe trying to get rid of a bit of mud. But yeah, luckily none of them fell on this hen shed this time, so that was a win. I mean, I suppose every time one falls down, it's less likely to happen, isn't it? So, good thing about kids is they keep everything clean. You don't ever get any mucky boots on seats. Yeah, we just this is a new batch of feed going in now, so what I normally do is drop the old stuff out the bottom, because these bins aren't really designed for, I've said this before, but they don't empty out completely because they don't drop, the auger isn't in the lowest point of the bin. What have I done with me tub? Bucket that I use to drop the dregs of the feed out of, but I can't find it, so it's blown away in the wind. Probably quite likely, actually. In each batch I tend to drop out the dregs and start again fresh. So there's just a tiny little bit left in there, which will all be probably mouldy. I don't know where my bucket's gone. I normally leave it next to one of the bins. It's not going to fit. Two limb calves, that's all we managed to get. 2 limb bulls today. I was hoping for about 10 or 12, but there you are. There wasn't, I normally look for sort of Angus bulls, but there wasn't a great deal in, and they weren't overly great quality. It seemed like there was 1 or 2 very good ones. Everyone that was there was bidding like mad for them. And I would say they were probably going a bit over what they were worth in terms of bidding. And then there was a lot of like average sub-quality, a lot of Hereford stuff that in hindsight I should have probably bought, because there was a lot of cheap Hereford bulls, but they were really early on in the sale, so I held on for some Angus. But yeah, there was, like I say, there's a couple of really good ones, but they went for silly money. And yet there was a lot of lower quality stock that goes for next to nothing. So there's nothing really in between, other than this pair of twin Limmy bulls. So well, they look all right. Limmy have gone a bit out of fashion, haven't they? But don't really know why. They'll probably want de-awning, but apart from that I can't see what the problem is with them. So, well, they were reasonably priced, but anyway, so I'll have to go again next week, or maybe go to a different market and see.
We still got more how to put in there.
Like Freya says, we've still got lots of empty calf pens to fill. So yeah, anyway, these are hungry, so I need to go and fetch some more silage. down with the old trusty link box, so it's working quite well. Looks a bit interesting, doesn't it? So yeah, we had a reasonably good day yesterday. We got the engine lifted up in this again, and just put some big washers on the engine mounts, which has just pushed this exhaust so that this bit of exhaust isn't anywhere near, well, it's pushed it about 5 mil that way, so it's stopped it rattling. But I think it was a little bit too late, because it sounds as though the exhaust baffles are rattling inside. I think the exhaust's knackered, so, which I knew was going to happen the way it was banging and rattling around. But it's really annoying, because it's probably going to need to have a new exhaust, so God knows how much that's going to cost. But it is really rattling. It's not rattling on the chassis like it was, but it's rattling, still making a very loud rattling noise. So it does have a little crack in it, which I might try and weld up, but I don't think that'll. I think it's the inside of the exhaust that's rattling, so I don't think that's really going to cure it, but I might have a go at it if I get time to take it off. So yeah, and then the other thing we did was change the headlights on this 6410, because they were all the reflective silver bit behind in the back of the bulb was completely, well, it had all disappeared. There was no reflective shiny bit on the headlights at all, so they were terrible. You couldn't really safely drive anywhere in the dark. So we've replaced them, but as we found buying cheap things online, they look as though they're like left-hand, yeah, European, because the way they shine the light to the right, sorry, as if, you know, as if you were driving on the other side of the road. So I think they probably would be a bit dazzling for oncoming cars. So Mark's put a bit of tape on them, which has leveled the light beam off. But yeah, I don't know how long that'll stay on there. But anyway, hopefully they'll be a lot better. I haven't properly tried them in the dark, but they look a lot better anyway. So yeah, we had a reasonably good day, all in all. Solved a few problems. So yeah, just had a day going to and from the market really today. So shame I didn't get a few more calves, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. You take what's there, don't you? And I could have paid a lot of money for some calves, and I could have paid not a lot for a load of cheap calves, but which I have done in the past. And to be fair, a lot of them turn out all right. You might lose the odd one. You know, if you buy the cheapest calves, you might lose the odd one, and you might get the odd one that just doesn't do. But the ones that do, I think there is plenty of money in the job. But yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd try and buy some slightly better stock this time, but it's just not there. There's a lot of people all trying to buy the same thing. There's a lot of people trying to buy, you know, the top highest quality stock, and then there's a lot of people looking for stuff that, you know, sort of average or just above average, and it's just, the stuff's just not there. I don't know why, whether it's because it's easy stuff to sell, so these people that are buying calves and trading in calves can just go around and sweep them all up. But anyway, so I might try a different market next week. There's a couple of different options, all of which just require a lot of driving. But that's just the way of going to markets, isn't it? You can pay someone 30 quid a head to go and do it for you, and they just turn up at your door, or you go and drive around yourself in your own time. That's the way of it, isn't it? So anyway, not a very interesting video, pretty boring really. I don't know. I'll edit, see what clips I've got. Right, I'm going to go and fetch my link box and feed the take some silage, take some of this silage down there now. So yeah, thanks for watching and bye for now. Psych! Yeah, I did intend to end the video, but then I carried on fanning around and filming things, so just gonna hang this pig gate back up now. There was a load of pig muck in there, so I scraped all that out with my digger. Anything to avoid just doing anything by hand, really. Manual labour is what we're allergic to. There we are, all ready for some more pigs. JCB rattle is really doing my head in now, so I think I might sod it. I might see if I get the exhaust off, have a look at it. Why not? Got nothing else to do. It's too dark to go jackhammering, so and I can work in my new work area now with my new LED workshop light. We could just keep going all night, couldn't we? So I've got it off. It wasn't actually as bad as I thought. This is the crack I was looking at, which actually, now I've got it off, looks way worse than it did before. I don't know whether this has been welded before or whether that's... I mean, I've never had it off, and we've had it since... Oh Christ. It only done 800 hours when we bought it, so it would seem odd that it would have needed welding up before then, but it certainly looks like it's had a couple of welds, but why that would have been done factory, I don't know. But yeah, there's definitely a crack here, so, and to shake it, doesn't sound like there's baffles rattling around inside, so I might just see if I can weld it up and put it back on. Why not? Well, I've just welded along the crack, just on the well, with the welder on its lowest setting, because the last thing I wanted to do was start blowing holes in it. So I don't know. Will that do? Who knows? I mean, before you start reminding me, I am aware that I can't weld to save my life, but you know. Yeah, if you're the only one in the workshop at the time, you have to make do with what you've got. So we'll see. I don't know. It's sealed the crack up anyway, so I might just put it back on and see if it rattles. Yeah, any ideas? Leave them in the comments. Right, exhaust back on. Let's start it up and see what it sounds like. I was really hoping that I'd be able to finish this video off by saying that I was really pleased I'd fixed me rattle on the JCB, but welding it up made no difference at all. So I think I'm gonna have to just adopt a seating position and ring up a JCB dealer and get a price on a new one, and then just put up with a rattle probably. So anyway, that's the end of this video, so thanks for watching again, and this is actually the end of the video now, so bye for now.